Commissioners, the regular meeting. Please stand for the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it
Commissioners,
stands,
the regular
one
meeting.
nation,
Please stand
under
for
God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic.
Wow.
Mine read when I.
Oh, geez. Chris, you even have more floor time.
What?
Okay, we'll take a look at our agenda. Oh, Madam Clerk, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Here.
Commissioner Embry,
Here.
Commissioner Jelzinski,
Here.
Commissioner Engler,
Here.
Commissioner Marino,
Here. Here.
all present, Mr. Vice Chairman, except for Chairman Hope.
Thank you, Madam Clerk, and Chairman Hope is excused. Now we'll take a look at the agenda. We have general public comments. We lost a lot of audience. We have presentations and special reports. We have 3 items. And the first one would be the millage issue for Commission on Aging. And I do have commissioners assigned to take those up. We'll move on to appointments of boards and commissions, of which we have none. We have the consent agenda, and when we get around to that, Commissioner Engler, if you would handle that. Next, we have committee reports, Finance and Administration Committee.
Finance and Administration Committee is all set. Vice Commissioner.
Thank you,
Chair.
Commissioner Engler.
Vice Commissioner.
Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee.
Justice and County Affairs Committee is all set, Mr. Vice Chair.
Human Resources and Public Works Committee.
Human Resources and Public Works Committee is all set, Mr. Vice Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Marino. We don't have any intergovernmental affairs to discuss tonight. No administrator controller business. No unfinished business. Under new business, we have 2 items. We have a public hearing for the proposed fiscal year 2024 budget, proposed budget. And the second item is County Board of Commissioners special meeting proposal. Then we'll go back to general public comments, announcements, and adjournment. Any changes to that agenda? I will entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So move, Marino.
Supported to adopt the agenda as presented. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We have an agenda. No public comments. Sheriff, you have anything you want to add? Nobody online? Right. Presentations of special reports. Our first item is fiscal year 2024 budget millage for the Commission on Aging. Commissioner Hutchinson, would you please take that motion?
Sure. Motion reads, move to approve the fiscal year 2024 budget millage for the BOC County Commission on Aging at 1 mil.
Support.
Discussion.
Yeah, this is brought to us by Director Jennifer Crawford. And basically it's taken 0.88 up to 1 to a full mill this year. It's just added expenses that we want to take care of, and this allows us to do it.
Does allow her to maintain her fund balance at a stable amount and to cover some of the deficit that she's had. Any other discussion? It's been moved and seconded to move to approve that millage request for the Isabella County Commission on Aging at 1 mil. All in favor, Madam Clerk, roll call.
Commissioner Engler.
Yes.
Commissioner Marino.
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney.
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson.
Yes.
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 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Next item is the fiscal year 2024 budget millage medical care facility. Commissioner Swaney, would you mind taking that?
Motion reads, move to approve the fiscal year 2024 budget millage for the Isabella County Medical Care Facility at 1 mil.
Support.
Discussion.
Right, the medical care facility has been at 1 mil for quite a long time. So there's no increase, and they do require these funds to maintain the services that they're providing at this moment.
Other discussion? It's been moved in second to adopt the move to approve the fiscal year 2024 budget millage for Isabella County Medical Care Facility at 1 mil. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Roll call.
Madam.
Commissioner Marino, Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Bree,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes,
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
6-0. Pass, Mr. Vice Chairman.
thank you. Well, let's see if I can screw it up on the third one. We have the fiscal year 2024 budget millage for Parks and Recreation. Commissioner Marino, would you mind taking that?
No, I don't mind. Motion reads, move to approve fiscal year 2024 budget millage for Isabella County Parks and Recreation at 0.3500 of a mil.
Been moved and supported to approve that millage request at 0.351 mil. Discussion, please.
Yes, we have Parks and Recreation Director Alex Hansen bring this to us, and that's been going on at 0.3500 for a while.
0.35. And I know they've had to dip into that for some of the projects that they have been doing to make improvements in the parks, and there'd be also a match for this land acquisition that they're currently working on. Other discussion? Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Yes.
Jazinski, Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner
Yes.
6-0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We have no appointments to boards and commissions. We have a consent agenda. Commissioner Engler, would you please?
Sure. The
handle-
motion reads, move to approve and place on file the August 1st, 2023 work session minutes, the August 1st, 2023 regular meeting minutes, the August 8th, 2023 Human Resources and Public Works Committee meeting minutes, the August 8th, 2023 Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee meeting minutes, and the August 8th, 2023 Finance and Administration Committee meeting minutes.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to move to approve the place on file all the work session, regular meeting minutes and committee meeting minutes in the consent agenda. Do I have to read those all? Okay. Discussion, please. Any discussion? With that, I don't think this requires a roll call vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. It passes. A slow learner, but I do get there. We'll get down to committee reports. First committee is Finance and Administration Committee. Commissioner Embry.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chairman. Our first item is to consider the July 28th, 2023 invoice list, the August 4th, 2023 invoice list, and the adjustment list dated for August 10th, 2023. Motion reads, move to ratify and place on file the July 28th, 2023 invoice list in the amount of $1,294,938.89. The August 4th, 2023 invoice list in the amount of $1,028,664.66, and the adjustment list dated August 10th, 2023.
Support.
Been moved and supported to ratify and place on file the July 28th invoice list, the August 4th, 2023 invoice list, and the adjustment list dated August 10th, 2023. Discussion?
I think we've covered, at least I brought up several of the larger expenses that were associated with both of the invoice lists. I didn't see anything else that was unusual in that list. As far as the adjustment list, again, we get back to our usual course of business and deductions for avoiding late fees and taking advantage of early payment discounts. Pretty straightforward stuff.
Okay,
And
any
you go.
other? Any questions?
I'd just say that these are all emailed out to all the commission. And it goes through the workshop, goes through the, maybe it's, so it's, all eyes are on.
And I do remember looking in committee, I did see another payment for delinquent tax sales, which would have been a surplus returned to the family that lost the property.
Correct.
So. Madam Clerk, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Embry,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski, Commissioner Engler, Commissioner Marino, Commissioner Swaney.
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you.
Second item for the Finance and Administration Committee is the prime contract change order number 9. Motion reads, move to approve the prime contract change order number 9 with Clark Construction in the net additional amount of $45,463 and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve the prime contract change order number 9 with Clark Construction in the net additional amount of $45,463. Discussion, please.
We had project manager Heidi Heights Kindle here from Clark. And we discussed that this $45,000 amount would not come from our contingency line, but rather from our buyout line, which is basically where we've saved money from the beginning of the project till now. So we haven't touched that contingency line yet. We did have some large completion date changes because of delays. And then we had some township requirements that forced the subs to make some changes in the layout of the sanitary sewers and the sanitary sewer trenches, but pretty straightforward beyond that.
Any questions? Madam Clerk, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Embry,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski.
Yes.
Commissioner Engler, Commissioner Marino, Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson.
Yes.
0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
And our last item is the material recovery facility full-time curbside roll-off driver operator position. The motion reads, move to approve eliminating the full-time operator position and approving the new full-time curbside roll-off driver operator position at the material recovery facility.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve eliminating the full-time operator position, approving the new full-time curbside roll-off driver operator position at the material recovery facility. Discussion.
I think this gets back to Commissioner Swaney and being nimble. I really do.
There's a quote in the paper on that.
I know.
That's pretty successful.
I think that is I like that phrase. So thank you for letting me use it. Director Borton was here today and in his nimbleness has decided to kind of combine a couple of positions and may allow him to be much more flexible in his scheduling out at the MRF. So if we need a driver, we've got a driver. And also too, I like the fact that it's going to reduce our liability risk and minimize our financial exposure here at the county by reclassifying this just a little bit. I think it's a swift, very good move.
And I think Jake is an excellent director for the material recovery facilities. And I agree with Commissioner Swaney that as challenges come up with hiring and retaining people, I mean, we can throw more dollars at it, but we do have some talented people out there trying to be creative and looking for other solutions to the problems that they're finding in terms of staffing. So Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler, Commissioner Marino, Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Embry.
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you to the members of the committee. Good job. We'll move on to the Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. We have one item. It's the fiscal year 2024 Child Care Fund. The motion reads, move to approve the budget request for fiscal year 2024 Child Care Fund in the amount of $1,785,877.07 and authorize the board chair to sign the form DHS 2091.
It's been moved and supported to approve the budget request for fiscal year 2024 Child Care Funds in the amount of $1,785,877.07 and to sign the required form. Discussion, please.
Yes, this is a grant request that we have every year. The county is required to pay 50% of that. There's some minor changes from last year. The 100% reimbursement was 15,000, and this year it's up to 56,520. Nobody seems to know why the amount, but it might be a 1-year adjustment or it might not be, but it's one of the funds that the Criminal Justice County Affairs Committee funds always keeps an eye on because it could get really expensive, and the courts and the judges have been real consistent on keeping that down. But with the challenges we've had the last couple of years, it could expand very fast. So
Are there any questions? Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Engler,
yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson.
Yes.
Embry,
yes.
Commissioner Jazinski.
Yes,
6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman, Vice
Thank you.
Chairman.
thank you, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Chairman, that completes the work of the Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee.
By the members of that committee. Go on to the Human Resource and Public Works Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. Our first item is move to approve the Mount Pleasant Community Foundation grant application in the amount of $3,000 for the 2024 Art from Our Park event and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve the Mount Pleasant Community Foundation grant application in the amount of $3,000 for the 2024 Art from Our Park event. Discussion, please.
This is we had Alexis Hansen from the Parks and Recs Director, give us the lowdown on this. It's the 17th year, and the park event that we're discussing won't be until September 2024. The current one will be next month, but it's a really good variety of craft opportunities at the events creation station, and local artists perform on a stage at no cost to the attendees. It's I've been to it several times. It's a really good event and lots of kids go, and it's really fun. So
Are there any questions?
oh, did I say about them? No, I didn't. One more thing. This year, we're going to apply to the Mount Pleasant Community Foundation because we are, and they are gracious and generous enough to fund this. So we want to thank them a lot.
Yeah, and you have to understand too, with the change in leadership in that department, things probably slipped through the cracks, and this is one way to keep the program going since the application to I don't think it's called the Michigan Council for the Arts anymore. That's when I used to apply for those grants, but missed that application deadline for the state. So Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson, Commissioner Embry,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski, Commissioner Engler. Six ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Madam Clerk.
Required documents for Meridian Park acquisition. Motion reads, move to approve the amendment to the Michigan Natural Resources Trust Fund Agreement for Meridian Park acquisition, resolution 2023-04 and Michigan Department of Treasury form 3677 and authorized board chair to sign.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve the amendment to the Michigan Natural Resources Trust Fund Agreement for Meridian Park Acquisition Resolution 2023-04 and Michigan Department of Treasury Form 3677. Discussion, please.
Yes, this is reported to us again by Alyssa Hanson. And this is just getting to the final stages of acquiring. And it came up because the seller went from 11 acres down to 4 acres. And this allows us to cross the T's, dots our I's. And one of the final forms that we need to sign. Acquiring this.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Is that a comment, Commissioner Engler?
Yeah. It's been a process.
I'm gonna say we're getting to the end.
I've dealt with these grants over the years, and especially acquisition grants can be very difficult sometimes. And Sue Ann Kopmeyer really hung in with it, kept the communications going with the property owner. You know, these things are so fragile, they can fall apart so quickly. So a lot of the homework was done by our former director, and Alexis will benefit from that and see this project through. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Yes.
Kapinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino.
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Okay, our last item is an agreement for services with Amalgam LLC. The motion reads, move to approve agreement for services between Amalgam LLC and Isabella County for parcel maintenance and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve the agreement for services between Amalgam LCC in Isabella County for parcel maintenance and authorize the board chair to sign that. Discussion, please. Don't
Okay.
ask me to repeat that name again.
I know, it's
I
hard to
don't want to
say.
even see it again.
Pete Newport, the Community Development Director, gave us the background on this. And there has no changes. This is a 3-year contract. It's $500 fee for renewal of the maintenance. And what they do is they work on our parcel layers in our GIS system. Any questions or comments on that?
The only thing I'd say is that 13,000 per year.
Which is pretty reasonable. It's been.
Oh, yeah.
They haven't
Same
changed the
fee.
rate.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Embry,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino.
Yes.
Yes.
0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
That completes the work of the Human Resources and Public Works Committee, Mr. Vice Chair.
The members of the Human Resources and Public Works Committee, good job. Intergovernmental affairs, we have none. Administrator Controller business, we have none. Unfinished business, we have none. Moving in the new business, we have public hearing on the fiscal year 2024 proposed budget. Commissioner Engler, would you please make that motion?
Sure. The motion reads, move to approve, move to schedule. Okay, the public hearing on the fiscal year 2024 proposed budget beginning at 7 p.m. or as soon after as it may be heard on Tuesday, September 5th, 2023, as a hybrid meeting in person and electronic at the Isabella County Commission on Aging via Zoom.
It's been moved and supported to schedule a public hearing on the fiscal year 2024 proposed budget beginning at 7 PM or as soon thereafter as it may be heard on Tuesday, September 5th, 2023, as a hybrid meeting at the Isabella County Commission on Aging and via Zoom. Discussion, please.
It's pretty well, we need to have a public hearing on the budget and this is when it's scheduled, so.
Better cross the Ts, dot the Is, so we can continue to providing services to our citizens. Any other questions, comments? Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Embry,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson.
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Our second item under new business, Isabella County Board of Commissioners special meeting. Commissioner Marino, would you please make that motion?
Sure. The motion reads, move to schedule an Isabella County Board of Commissioners special meeting with Johnson Controls for the purpose of discussing the performance contracting project on Wednesday, August 23rd at 5:30 PM as a high person in electronic in room 320 of the Isabella County Administrative Building located at 200 North Main Street in Mount Pleasant.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to schedule an Isabella County Board of Commissioners special meeting with Johnson Controls for the purpose of discussing the performance contracting project on Wednesday, August 23rd, 2023 at 5:30 PM as a hybrid meeting in room 320 of the Isabella County Administration Building. Discussion?
This is another step in the process of completing our performance contracting. And we're trying to get some more fine-tuned details of the line items in this project.
Commissioner Embry.
I do have a question for Madam Administrator. The timeline again, could you run it through that for the gentleman? I know they're going to have this line item cost to us by when again?
Hoping by August 21st, it'll be a few days prior to that meeting.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't have my microphone on.
Okay.
We should have that by August 21st. We'll get that out to the commissioners as soon as we receive it from Johnson Controls. So hopefully you'll have it a few days before that meeting to be able to vet it a little bit, but the timeline for ultimate approval of a contract with Johnson Controls would be that second meeting in September 19th. And Johnson Controls was relaying it was important to approve it at that meeting because their costs, I think, they had bid out their costs through a certain point, and so they didn't, which I think costs were being held through September. So they were wanting to see a contract approved at that second meeting in September. So that would still give 3 weeks to vet the information, to vet the line item information between those meetings.
So just the reason I asked that is just to for clarification with the rest of the commissioners. I felt that we should not be rushed in any decision. We should be allowed plenty of time to review and digest and have other people's their eyes on it, people who are specialized in this kind of work. So that again, we can get our money's worth and hopefully maybe save the county some money. So again, I'm going to continue to push towards this idea of allowing us ample time to review this document, hoping that it is accurate. And it provides all the necessary information that we do need in order to make a prudent decision.
I know their first proposal was kind of based on estimates without going out on and getting some firm pricing. And when we met the second time, they had some firm pricing in hand and the price costs had gone up significantly. And so that was something that cost Commissioner Embry to ask some more questions. But I have a concern too, in that the documents that they gave us came to a amount that we'd have to budget for to pay off a bond over a period of time. But in my mind, it was unclear because that dollar amount did that include any savings? Was that factored in there? And if that was the case, then we're actually gonna have to pay more and adjust the budget. And I think Melissa, you had some questions too, very good questions, and I think we're gonna look for some feedback as to what are those true costs to us. I think they're looking at it from one perspective. And we need to look at it from a different cost perspective and get the input from administration.
So Vice Chairman, I'd just like to again mention that I appreciate VDOC for catching the errors in this spreadsheet that was brought to us that had all the information that we needed. Some of the information, but the spreadsheet was wrong. The numbers were all wrong. So that in addition, so if I take into account an estimated cost starting at 7 million, come back to us at 8 million, come back to us at 8.3 million, come back to us again at 9 million. And when you come back to us at 9 million and your spreadsheet is all wrong from a business person's perspective, that is a huge red flag. So I think we need time to really drill into the numbers that they're providing and make sure that they're accurate and reasonable. So that's my perspective.
Any other comments or questions? Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Jagozinski,
Yes.
Vogler,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes,
then
Yes.
Yes.
0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. General public comments? We still don't have an audience. Anybody online? Hopefully, nobody saw me botch the early part of the meeting. In my political career. Announcements. Do you wish to make an announcement?
I will make an announcement that the chicken barbecue is happening 3rd of September at Beale City, Knights of Columbus Hall.
Contingent from the Knights of Columbus and Shepherd there. Any other announcements?
I will be taking tickets. I'll make sure you pay.
I'm gonna have Mr. Embry check the prices before we come in. With that, I'll adjourn. I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Moved.
support.
Supported to adjourn the meeting. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chairman.
Those KC members from Beale City run